Everybody, how's it going, and welcome back to another video about Assassin's Creed. Today we're doing an Empire discussion, which we haven't done in a while. The reason this is coming up today instead of Assassin's Creed Empire wishlist, which I talked about last episode, is that Elba's visiting with my girlfriend, and every video that's coming out this week is recorded in advance last week, and I couldn't do Empire wishlist because I have to record it the day before that it's meant to go up so that I can take the comments from the previous episode, but obviously I couldn't do that this week, so we're just going to do an Empire discussion, and Empire wishes will return next week, but I thought this would supplement your guys' Empire needs, because we need that weekly dose of Assassin's Creed Empire discussion. But without further ado, we're going to hop into it. What we're going to be talking about today: smithing, blacksmith, crafting, all that good stuff to do with weaponry and armor in terms of player creation, player choice in Empire, and how they could make it work. Now, this isn't necessarily going to be time period specific, just kind of something that I would like to see work. If someone wants to say, oh, this is how it would work because ancient Egypt, this wouldn't work because this, let me know in the comment section if my ideas would work in the setting, or if it wouldn't work, or what period of Egypt we could go. This is just, broadly speaking, the game's set in Egypt. This is kind of the shit that I want as a gameplay feature. So without further ado, let's hop into it. So, smithing has never really been something we've had in Assassin's Creed properly. I mean, we've had crafting since Assassin's Creed 3. There was even bomb crafting in Revelations, and I think that, there's certain elements of this that would really work in Assassin's Creed Empire, like the ability to smith your own weapons and go to a blacksmith and you can create them, with stuff that you've obtained in the world. Like, of course you can still buy weapons like you always would, but maybe there's specific weapons, different weapons that you can only get from smithing, or there are weapons you can get for cheaper. However, it's going to cost you a lot of materials that you're going to have to acquire possibly within the game. It adds a new level to crafting and makes it a lot more immersive. So rather than doing it in the pause menu, you go to a blacksmith, you go and talk to the dude, you go and use his forge, and you smith your own weapons. You could then also use, like a grindstone to make your weapons better and upgrade them, kind of very similar to the system that Skyrim uses in terms of, like weapons, and powering them up and making them more powerful. Is, you use a grindstone, it'll make a sword more powerful, or, a dagger or whatever, that kind of thing. And I think that really worked, and I think the same thing could work for armor, but I don't want it to be in a way where it's taking away from purchasing weapons, because I think purchasing things also, is something that's needs to be back in Assassin's Creed, is having these stores that you can go to buy things and buy weapons from, merchants and things around Egypt, and it's gonna have, this sense of immersion, having that, but I think you need the smithing layer on top of it as well, not one replacing the other, but both of them working together in a system that makes sense. And I think that will work really well, because it would also add the ability for you to, have, a forge or whatever, like a blacksmith forge at your assassin base or town or village or whatever you have in Assassin's Creed Empire, and it would allow you to, make your weapons there and supply your assassins with more weapons and things like that. And I think it adds a lot to the game. There's, a system, there's definitely a system there, especially for things like armor and stuff like that, is because they've had crafting in previous games where you craft armor, and it's very boring and tedious in Assassin's Creed Syndicate. I really did not like the crafting system of the game. It's appalling. They need to change that up, but definitely in Assassin's Creed Empire, we need something different. And, I think that having the smithing system works really well, because the game is going to kind of assist you in a sense, but you're kind of going to discover it for yourself. When you explore the world, you find these materials in tombs, underwater sections, you go through ruins, you kill some bandits or whatever, possibly, that kind of thing. You loot chests, you find these various items throughout the world, and you can use them to craft things and use it in the smithing system. Kind of similar to The Witcher in a sense, actually. In The Witcher 3, when you collect these, items that you can also buy. You can buy these items as well, different kinds of metals and things, to craft different armors and weapons in a smithing system, which you can obviously do at a forge, so like that. There's, masterclass weapons and armors and things like that, and just this depth of different, smithing abilities in Assassin's Creed Empire, I think would really add to the world and really add to the gameplay, and it's gonna make things feel more personal. And that's where we go on to customization of weapons and armor. So, like I've talked about this many times before, to do with customization, is that I don't think we should customize every piece of outfit. However, we should be able to customize things similar to the way the multiplayer did it in Assassin's Creed, in the way that, you have various pieces. So you always have the set robes, but you can add and customize the armor that goes on top of it. So the customization should always be these custom elements to the outfit that stays the same, because you want these iconic robes, but you want the player to add their own flair to the robes rather than completely changing the robes. I think that's a really, really good thing. Like, you know, the Ezio trilogy had the armor you could collect, but I think it should go, you know, further than that. I think there should be armors, but there should also be, you know, you can change the coloring of, you know, primary color, secondary color, and the accent color, depending on what you want. You can change that kind of thing, you know, maybe like the tassels, the belt, boots, greaves. Greaves are boots, what the fuck am I saying? Pauldrons, gauntlets, you know, all those different things. I think they should all be different things that you can customize within the customization system. Now, to be able to customize armor and things like that, I think it should come into the crafting in some way. I think you should be able to buy pieces of armor, but as well as that, you can also smith the pieces of armor at a blacksmith, at a forge. You know, you can create these various pieces of armor that make it unique to you, and they can, you know, have various different stats and things like that, and it should possibly take from For Honor in a sense, where that if you want an item to look a certain way, but to have different stats, you craft it in a different way. You use a different item to craft. You use a different metal. You use, you know, a different way of doing it. So you can have the best looking armor in the game and the best stats. You don't have to sacrifice looking good to be OP. You don't have to sacrifice being OP to look good. Like, in Unity, a lot of the things that you could customize looked fucking horrible, but they were really good. Or they looked pretty cool, but their stats were absolutely terrible. And it's things like that that we need to kind of get rid of. And I think For Honor does it really well, where you can have two pieces of armor, one has a certain stat, the other one has other stats, one looks good, one looks bad. You can transfer the stats over to the other one if you want to. You can switch the stats, which is really, really cool and an awesome feature to have. And I think that works very well in Assassin's Creed in a sense, and it would work with the smithing feature, in the sense that you smith an item or craft it in a different way to get the stats you want and the look you want being similar. And I think that works really, really well, because that's going to mean that you have the weapons you want and the armor you want looking the way you want with the stats you want. Might take a little bit of work getting the right like ingredients and materials that you're going to need. It's going to take a bit of exploration, a lot of questing, but that really adds to the game. And in a world like ancient Egypt, where everything is so explorable and immersive, it's going to be so awesome to explore this world just to find the items that you want. Maybe you do a quest here and there that helps you out with that, like smithing quests, where it helps you get these various items. I think it really adds to the game and gives you that, you know, ability to choose the way you want to look and the stats you want individually, rather than having what the game's given you, which sometimes is absolutely horrible. When you have something that looks bad and has good stats and vice versa, it's just really, really irritating. So, you know, having these various materials, like, it means they're gonna have to have a bunch of shit in the game. Like, there's gonna have to be a bunch of shit, and this obviously adds for way more quests, having so many weapons and armors and materials and, you know, things like that. And there's gonna have to be a bunch of people and, you know, different blacksmiths and areas of the map. Like, it's gonna open up so much just having a smithing feature that allows for player choice in this way, because, you know, it's going to add so much more to the game, and there's going to be a whole nother layer of quests and things you can do in the game if they add this. So that is it for this video. I do hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to smack that like button, because that would be absolutely amazing. Subscribe if you're new, and let me know your thoughts on this topic in the comments section below. Do you guys think this will work? Don't you? Let me know the historical accuracy and all that stuff. Let me know down below in the comment section. The music I used in the background of this video was from Music Proposition. Go check their channel out. They have a fan-made version of the Empire theme, which is what I used in this video, and a fan-made version of the Assassin's Creed movie theme, which is absolutely incredible. I would definitely recommend giving it a listen if you haven't already. It's fantastic, and I hope to hear more fan-made Empire tracks from them in the future, because they have definitely nailed the feel of the Assassin's Creed kind of series in Egypt, and it sounds really, really awesome. But that is it for this video, and I will see you all next time. Bye!
Kept tumbling down, raining fire from above. Great crowds charge over the hills, but these cities had enough. But if we turn and fight, does it almost feel like we will never fall? And if we unite, we can take this fight straight to their castle walls. How am I gonna be an optimist about this? How am I gonna be an optimist about this?
Okay, so we have about 10 seconds until we hit the 10-minute mark, so I can get more ad revenue. So I'm just going to sit for a little bit and talk. If you did watch the entire outro, then hey, how's it going? Are you having a good day? Yeah, no, actually, I don't care, because we just hit 10 minutes. Alright, see you later.